Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cyber Advantage 2026, Week 4. Today, we're talking about from decision speed to decision endurance, where control is sustained, clarity is preserved, and advantage compounds. Most organizations still believe cyber advantage comes from speed, faster alerts, faster response, faster containment, and speed does very much matter at first. But in 2026, the most damaging cyber failures aren't happening in the first hour. They're happening in week 3 or later. That's when leaders are exhausted, teams are overloaded, decision quality starts to slip, and governance begins to fragment. Today, we're talking about a critical shift in cyber leadership, the move from decision speed only to decision endurance. Because sustained cyber advantage is not built on one decisive moment. It's built on how long an organization can maintain clarity, control, and coherent pressure. So what's changed globally so we can set the context? Cyber threats have changed in 3 fundamental ways. First, AI accelerated threat persistence. Modern attacks don't end after initial containment. They adapt, they probe, they return. AI enables attackers to test defenses continuously over days, weeks, and even months. Secondarily, regulatory and reputational scrutiny. Leaders are no longer judged only on the speed of response. They are judged as to defensibility. Why was this decision made? Who approved it? And was it reasonable given what was known at the time? And those questions oftentimes don't happen or arise during the incident. They arise later when the pressure is still high. Third, leader and team fatigue. Burnout erodes judgment long before systems fail. When people are overwhelmed, decision quality degrades, not suddenly, but gradually. Speed solves the opening move, but endurance wins the campaign. So there are 3 pillars of decision endurance. Number 1, how teams absorb pressure. So when stress from cyber incidents rises, organizations oftentimes default to heroics. People work longer hours, escalations multiply, and decision rights blur. That feels productive, but it's ultimately the fastest path to failure. Enduring teams rely on structure, not heroics, to clear escalation paths, to make stable roles and responsibilities, to load share across teams. Pressure doesn't break teams, but lack of structure certainly does. Resilience is not improvised in the moment. It is designed and baked in before disruption actually occurs. Pillar 2, how leaders maintain clarity. Endurance leadership is not about making more decisions. It's about making fewer, higher quality decisions. So in prolonged cyber events, leaders must act as clarity anchors, repeating priorities, preserving intent, resistant constant course corrections. Every unnecessary decision adds to the overall cognitive load that the organization and team is bearing. Every shift in direction or pivot increases the amount of uncertainty. Trust is built when leaders and teams can stay steady, even when the environment they are operating within is not. Clarity is not silence. It is a consistent communication signal. And lastly, pillar 3, how control is preserved. Control is often misunderstood as a technical capability, but real control has in its undergirding governance. Organization with decision endurance maintain continuity of command, align cyber, legal, operations, and communications, and keep decisions traceable and defensible. This is what prevents chaos during recovery. Time is what allows organizations to explain, not excuse, built on governance, all of their actions to date and their future focus. Technology enables response, and governance sustains control. So, what does enduring cyber advantage deliver? When decision endurance is present, organizations gain more than survival. They gain mission continuity, workforce confidence, regulatory defensibility, and strategic credibility. The real question for leaders in 2026 is no longer how fast can we decide, it is how long can we decide well without losing control. Cyber advantage is not about avoiding all disruption, that's infeasible, but it is about remaining governable while disrupted. So our closing call to action this week is to reflect on these 3 questions. Where does decision fatigue show up first in your organization? Which decisions typically degrade over time, not necessarily immediately? And what structures that have been put in place protect clarity when the pressure persists at high levels? Because cyber advantage doesn't come from speed alone, it comes from endurance, from governance, and from leadership that holds steady when disruption lasts much longer than expected. That's how cyber advantage becomes durable. So ponder those, put in place risk remediation in one or more, and remember, where control is sustained, clarity is preserved, and cyber advantage compounds. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the founder of CSTGIA, bringing you week 4 of Cyber Advantage 2026.